Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including Tesla's leaked update, the illegal Tesla hack for all features, ChatGPT integration in Teslas, and more, so let's get into it. First up today, Tesla's next software update has leaked. It is set to bring a lot of great features to Tesla owners, and some have speculated that this could be the well-known annual Tesla holiday update. That update comes every year, and Tesla compiles a bunch of features, and usually includes some fun stuff within it, so it's always exciting to see what it is set to bring. Some years it really brings a lot, and others it only changes a couple of things. And the good news here is that even though this update is set to bring a number of features, it doesn't appear to be that holiday update. That update could come closer to Christmas time, and is rumored to include things like Apple Watch support. Either way, Tesla version 2024.44 is set to bring improvements in cold weather. This will enhance supercharging speed and improve auto windshield defogging during and after supercharging. As we enter winter, it's great to see these things. Then, now that the Cybertruck is shipped, which means Teslas should be towing and charging more often than ever before, Tesla is adding a specific label to denote when a charger is tow-friendly. That means that you can pull through and plug in without having to remove your trailer. Removing your trailer actually is the case for the way many superchargers are set up. Quote, you can now see if a supercharger has trailer-compatible spaces. Tap a supercharger location pin on the map to see if it is trailer-friendly. If your vehicle is in tow mode, trailer-friendly supercharger locations will appear at the top of the list. This is kind of a no-brainer feature, but something that makes it that much easier to travel with your Tesla. If you're towing something, you automatically will get those proper superchargers. One feature Tesla has added in the new Model 3 and Cybertruck is a light that illuminates in the left and right speakers to indicate somebody is within your blind spot. This isn't quite as elegant of a solution as many cars have, with the light in the mirror, but it's definitely better than nothing, and some would argue that it actually is more elegant. The great thing about it being here, though, is that Tesla can utilize it for a few other things. And now Tesla will use that, along with audio, if an object is approaching your blind spot while parked. Quote, if you try to open a door while an approaching object is detected in your blind spot, for example, a cyclist or other vehicle, the blind spot warning light will flash, an audio warning will sound, and the door will not open on the first press of the button. Wait and then press the button again to override the warning. This feature is already available in other regions, but it is now coming to the US and is going to be a great one. Many cars have a feature like this, so it will be a useful addition for all Tesla owners. Currently, we're unsure if it's only coming to the Cybertruck and Model 3, or if it will still function without the warning lights in other cars. My hope is that that is the case, because immediately all Teslas would get this feature. There are a number of features expected soon that could be bundled within the future holiday update as well, and the first is an Apple Watch app. This is a long-requested feature that would allow you to fully control your car from your watch and utilize it as a key instead of or in addition to your phone. Then, Tesla vehicles have shipped with matrix LED headlights for a while, but the functionality of adaptive headlights has excluded North America due to certain rules. The latest update from Lars Moravy is that Tesla is, quote, almost there, so that should be exciting to see and could be something that comes in that holiday update. In new versions of FSD, Tesla will be fixing the FSD degraded messages and chimes, and the on-screen visualization will display your own license plate. As for the Tesla app, recent versions have added offline commands, iOS 18 Control Center support, and categories for shortcuts available through the Apple Shortcuts app. Per usual, one of the best parts of owning a Tesla is getting improvements throughout ownership, so I'm excited to see this update come along with the holiday update in December. Next up today, as AI advances all around us, we're starting to see more and more use cases for this technology. The assumptions here long-term are that Tesla will be integrating XAI into their vehicles in order to have an AI assistant available to you at any time. Essentially, it would first create a far better voice command system. If you're unfamiliar, one of the best parts of an advanced AI today is that you can speak to it in natural language. ChatGPT from OpenAI has one of the best examples of this today, and a user on the Tesla Motors Reddit posted a great example of how you can use this today to greatly improve your navigation in car. When navigating to multiple destinations in a Tesla, you can add every stop on screen, but of course you have to search for each, add it to your route, and more. But with ChatGPT and a third-party app called Kilowatts, this user was able to give very specific instructions and have it flawlessly route him. He asks to be routed to a resort, says he wants to arrive at 40% battery, wants a restaurant at one of his charging stops for lunch, and then the route is created in the app. From there, it proceeds to send the route to the vehicle, which is something you can do from any navigation app. It sends each destination one by one, and then finds him a coffee shop at his destination, shows him options, shows him the menu, and even makes an order for him once he confirms. It's a perfect example of how integrated this technology can be in the future. Right now, this is a bit of a roundabout solution, using this third-party app with ChatGPT and sending each destination to the in-vehicle navigation one by one, but it's a bit of a preview of what could come. You can already use this today, and I'm sure we'll see very impressive results from apps like Kilowatts in the coming months. I'm personally going to give this a try because it's a very cool way to add a voice assistant to your Tesla in a smart way. The only problem I see is that when navigating to the address of a supercharger, the car may not recognize it as a supercharger and thus may not precondition for charging. At the end of the day though, the thing most customers will be excited for is Tesla integrating this on screen. Imagine you get into your car, have this same natural conversation with your car while you're already on the way to the freeway, and then you are confident the car will understand you and get things right. Not just pick a coffee shop, but one you actually want to go to that isn't too far out of the way. This could be where Tesla AI comes into play, or naturally XAI if that's the direction they want to go. We've heard about Grok being integrated into the Optimus Tesla bot, so it would only be natural that it comes to their vehicles as well. This is a cool example of AI integrating with your Tesla today, but the long vision for Tesla as well is a full-featured app store. The large screen in your Tesla can do a lot, but each app that arrives has to be created by Tesla in partnership with others. As such, no app has all of the features you're used to with a phone app, for example. For the future, and especially a self-driving future, a Tesla App Store would allow third parties to develop their own apps specifically for the Tesla screen. And that's where the option to jailbreak your Tesla today comes into play. This product from TestLogic is currently receiving funding on Kickstarter and has raised over $700,000. They say that this is, quote, the ultimate extra computer for your Tesla, instant access to apps, streaming, games, and controls directly from your Tesla screen. Basically, you plug this device into your Tesla screen, and it will give you access well beyond what Tesla includes thanks to an Android computer. You can stream from any source, play Android games, use messaging apps, plug in a game console via HDMI or USB, receive notifications on screen, use Apple AirPlay or Android screen mirroring, fully integrate a front camera, and more. You can also use Apple CarPlay in full screen or Android Auto. Essentially, you can access any Android apps, and they work directly on the center display in full screen. One other example people will be happy to see is a full Waze integration. That all sounds pretty nice, but what's particularly crazy about this device is that it fully integrates with your car and fully takes over the center display. As such, it has full options to display your instrument panel necessities and easily access your other controls, but it's their own version of it. You have the option to relocate those controls or entirely minimize them if you prefer. You can also integrate with your phone for a wireless separate instrument cluster display, and they specifically demonstrate that you can use this and have the screen fully utilized by a passenger. That is something that Tesla did allow for a time with certain games, but ended up having a NHTSA investigation for, which takes us to the problem with this. This is absolutely a hack. Not only is it a hack, but it's something that very well could be ruled illegal. Your Tesla no longer has its required warnings and controls, and if you want, you can fully utilize the center display to watch something while driving, which is particularly not allowed. On the other side of things, this is a very cool integration. It allows you to add a number of features to your Tesla and have many apps and services integrated. Whatever your preferred interface is, messaging app, mapping app, game console, and more, you can have it right on your Tesla screen. It's a really great preview of what Tesla could make their cars to be in the future. Allow much more customization and third parties to design their own apps specifically optimized for this screen. They also say that the source code for this app will be available open source. For some that's great, but of course not only is this a hack in itself, but it would subject your car to being able to be hacked easier. If you're an adventurous tech person, you've likely jailbroken an iPhone or an Android in the past, and accepted the risk that comes along with that. This is essentially doing the same thing, except I'd argue the risk is much higher, and you're dealing with a jailbreak that isn't just different than what Tesla wants you to do. It would actually violate regulation. Tesla had a recall because of the size of certain warning labels on screen, the font size. So this instrument panel you can swipe away will surely violate many rules, along with playing games, watching movies, or messaging on screen while driving. I also imagine this will be the kind of thing we often see with jailbreaks. This product may release, and then Tesla will block it with software. The latest firmware comes out for the ScreenMate, then Tesla will patch it in their software. This happens with most products like this, and it's a cycle where if you want your car to be as safe as it can be, you need the latest software, but you have to stay on old software and consistently ignore updates in order to keep things like this functioning. For those reasons, I definitely would not go about recommending this, but I am curious to see what the future of this product holds. Will it succeed? Will it be blocked by Tesla? Will it be deemed illegal? Let me know your thoughts in a comment below. Regardless, it's a very cool peek at the future where you can do any and everything on your Tesla screen. We just likely will never get this in a legal way until it comes directly from Tesla. Next up today, although there were some worries that the rollout of Tesla's Superchargers might slow down this year, the company is actually continuing to expand at a very quick rate. In fact, they have just announced that they have broken ground on what will be their biggest Supercharger station to date. This new station will be built along the 5 freeway connecting Los Angeles to San Francisco, where it will serve one of the busiest corridors of EV traffic in the whole world. This station in Lost Hills, California will be over 50% larger than the current largest station. It will come in at 168 stalls when completed, compared to the previous record holder at 98 stalls. What's especially impressive about this station is just how energy independent the Tesla is planning for this station to be. Despite its huge size, Tesla is planning to only utilize approximately 1.5 megawatts of traditional grid service. That means that they plan for the rest of this station's power to be supplied by the 11 megawatts of ground-mounted and canopy solar units that will be spread across a total of 30 acres at the site. For supplying power during off hours, as well as ensuring a steady backup, the site will be powered by 10 Tesla Megapack units with 39 megawatt hours of total storage. This station shows the real utility of green energy production, and also the value of the many energy products that Tesla makes. Solar panels in tandem with storage like the Megapacks means that this station will be able to supply a steady stream of reliable and renewable energy to drivers. This site will likely serve as a model for many future Supercharger stations, and shows just how clean the future of personal transportation can be. This station is currently slated to open in mid-2025 after a construction period that they hope will move at a record pace. I can't wait to see this Supercharger when it's finally finished, and also what Tesla has in store next. Many were skeptical that the newly rehired Tesla Supercharger team would be able to expand as they had before the layoffs earlier this year, but this goes to show just how well they are continuing their great work. What's also exciting about this is that it's not just exciting for Tesla drivers. It's exciting for Rivian, GM, and Ford EV owners right now. Going into the future as well, this large Supercharger station will serve all EVs, not just Teslas. So this is great for all EV travel throughout California. Next up today, Tesla has been doing a lot to get the Cybertruck into as many hands as possible. Production has really expanded over the last year, and the company has officially started normal production of the non-Foundation Series version of these trucks. As such, the automaker has been doing a lot to bring this vehicle in line with the rest of their fleet, especially regarding incentives and deals. For example, the Cybertruck is included as part of Tesla's $1,000 discount for military veterans, and they now allow that vehicle to be eligible for an FSD transfer. Tesla has just opened up another deal for this vehicle that will definitely be enticing as well. The Cybertruck has officially been added to Tesla's referral program, and customers who use another owner's referral code can take $1,000 off the price of their Cybertruck. Between the most recent price cut with the end of the Foundation series and these available deals, that means this truck is suddenly much more attainable for the average person. You don't have to buy it with those upgrades and FSD and all of these things. So if you're currently in the market for a Cybertruck, make sure to get another owner's referral code before making your purchase. This is a pretty sizable discount and definitely worth seeking out. One thing some people might be waiting for as well is tax credit eligibility. This price for the Cybertruck, starting at $79,900, does qualify for the $7,500 tax credit, but it is not officially listed that this car qualifies yet. For some, they assume that it should qualify because it meets the criteria here, but the general advice is just to wait until this is officially showing up on all websites and Tesla says it is eligible for that tax credit. Otherwise, you could find yourself in a situation where you buy this truck just a few weeks before it actually becomes eligible. Either way, soon enough, hopefully it will fully qualify for that credit, and that could take another $7,500 off of its purchase price for many customers. I'm very curious to see what other discounts start to arrive for this truck and how much Tesla is willing to push it. So far, demand has been pretty high, but now that it is in standard production, we will have to see if sales continue at that rate. Will its demand continue to grow as rapidly as it had before, or will it plateau as enthusiast early adopters made up the bulk of its sales already? I think that these deals and its lower price will do a lot to push demand, along with that tax credit eligibility. But is it a bad sign that this truck has already been marked down? This is likely just Tesla bringing this vehicle in line with the rest of their fleet, since it is now sold as a normal vehicle. But only time will tell how its sales continue to stack up. Next up today, while Tesla's auto business is what they're most known for, their energy business is growing every single day. That includes solar panels, some solar roofs, and especially residential and commercial energy storage like the Powerwall and Megapack. Demand for these products has been on the rise in recent years, and a new study is showing that that trend is likely going to continue. According to the latest solar and storage marketplace report from Energy Sage, prices for energy storage are falling while demand is rising. This study incorporates data from millions of homeowners shopping for energy products like solar panels, inverters, and batteries between January and June of this year. 2023 was a record-breaking year for solar installations, and the first 6 months of 2024 has been even better for the industry. This study paints a complicated picture of why that is, as many factors are at play here. Solar prices are at near record low, though interest rates are high. Overall, demand for storage among homeowners has surged, but the motivations for buying new energy storage has shifted. The industry may be at a turning point, though, as interest rates are starting to come down. As the year progresses, we could also see even lower solar and storage pricing, higher quality equipment, and better financing options. This is likely because as these systems become more popular and companies have had more time to refine their products, they can reduce pricing as they scale while improving over time. One thing that is certain is that residential solar and energy storage prices are at a record low right now. Solar prices have been falling consistently for the last 12 months and have reached $2.69 per watt. Then storage quotes have also hit a record low at $1,133 per kilowatt hour stored. According to Energy Sage's Director of Insights, quote, ongoing cost reductions are enabling more homeowners to make the switch to clean energy. The combination of near record low prices and more consumer-friendly financing options is creating new opportunities for wider adoption. As such, purchases of battery storage units has shot up. This study shows that on Energy Sage, homeowners buying energy storage solutions with their solar panels has increased by 34% in the last 6 months. The most growth they saw was in California, where that rate grew by 70%. That surge was definitely boosted by the implementation of the net billing tariff in April of 2023. That policy, NEM 3.0, dictates how California customers earn credits for energy exported to the grid. Essentially, it greatly increased the value of having a battery energy storage solution in your home in California. Outside of California, there was still a steep increase, though, with an attachment rate rising to 22%. Homeowners are shifting from just wanting to supplement their energy bills with clean solar energy towards wanting to be entirely dependent on that solar energy or independent of the grid. That involves a storage solution since solar is only created during the day. At the same time, the median interest rate in quotes increased from 5.5% to 7.49%, and the average loan fee dropped from 47% to 40% respectively. Basically, prices have decreased overall, but you may be paying more in interest than before. Overall, it doesn't seem like that increase in interest negates those savings, but it depends on your own situation. As time goes on, we will likely see the cost of solar continue to decrease from here, and it's really exciting to see. We're seeing a lot of this on the Tesla side of things as well, and they have a really good product for pretty much every category here. So that business will likely continue to blossom into the future. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see why I decided to finally buy a Cybertruck, you can check out that full video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.